Hello lovelies, in today's video I'm sharing 10 different things to leave in your cart, which is so important this season when there's so many sales and so many things going on and emails that we're getting and just all the things, and it gets very overwhelming. It's very easy to buy the wrong thing because there's momentum. I'm Ziba. I'm so happy you're here. We only wear 20% of our closet, and I want to flip that for you so that you wear 80% of what you have to make getting dressed in the morning a little bit easier. Also help you cull through all of the fashion trends. I've covered many fashion shows in Paris and New York. I'm a stylist, but I'm also just a mom that just needs to get dressed in the morning. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. And while you're there, hit the thumbs up. That really helps me in the YouTube universe. The first one is one that I think most of us have done before. I'll call it Pillowtalk Shopping. When you wake up and you look at your phone and you see an email that says, "Thank you so much for your purchase," or order confirmation, and you're like, what did I do last night? Has that happened to you? I feel like that is very common when you have a little bit of insomnia and you wake up in the middle of the night, you start scrolling, or maybe you get an email from your favorite retailer, you click on it, and before you know it, you are purchasing something. This also happens to like nursing moms. I remember to stay awake, like you're looking on your phone, and then before you know it, you're like, wow, I have a lot of things in my cart. Incredible. So not only will scrolling your phone never lull you back to sleep, make it a rule for yourself that if it is the middle of the night, you are scrolling and doom scrolling, you've been on there for a while, you're gonna sleep on it and you're gonna make a decision the next day. 99% of the time, it'll still be there. There is very little sense of urgency. Leads me to the second thing you should leave in your cart. It is when there's a little bit too much sense of urgency, like only 200 units, hurry, fast, only 2 days. There's always an extra day. Like literally, I've always got an email, we send it again and again and again. Big red flag is when there's no returns. There's no returns. Final sale. That's very suspicious. You know what final sale says to me? It means that nobody wants it. They know that once you get it and you have the same thought of I don't want it either, you can't return it anymore. Don't fall for that trap. Especially if there's a store that you actually can go and check out. Like sometimes that happens to me. I love Anthropologie. I shop it all the time, but they have a lot of like final sale, like really great sales. And so sometimes I'll see something online. I'm like, gosh, this looks amazing. But I have an Anthropologie just like a few minutes away, so why couldn't I just go and check it to make sure that it is the right fit for me? I'm not going to be stuck with something that's final sale. The third thing that you should leave in your cart is when it's not the exact item that you want. And this happens sometimes when you want something so bad, but it was sold out, or maybe it's something you can't afford, but you found something that's similar, now it's in your cart, but it's not the thing you actually want. In that case, you need to delete it from your cart. Always wonder, what if? It's kind of like marrying the wrong person or dating the wrong person, making the wrong career choice where you're like, oh, I wonder what if I had just waited for the right man, job, purse. So very important. Something that's super affordable, like maybe 20, 25 bucks, and I don't think that's gonna make or break your life. When something's over $100, like you don't wanna be guessing, getting second best. You want to get what you actually want. And speaking of getting something that you actually want, let's say that you've succeeded and now you in fact have maybe 3 or 4 or 5, sometimes double digits of the same item. You're buying the same blazer, you're buying the same pair of jeans, the same pair of shoes, and you see it again and you got the email and oh, guess what? It's on sale and it's so easy and it's just what you love because you have so many of them. This is when you have to leave it in your cart, because having one more is not going to make you happy. It's not going to make you more stylish, and it's just going to confuse you when it comes down to like wearing something. I laughed at myself because this is a herringbone jacket that I absolutely love. It's Ralph Lauren. I talk about it all the time. Wear it all fall and winter long. The other day I was at Bloomingdale's in Chicago, and I forgot the name of the brand. It's this French brand, and it's like super trendy right now. It's like all over my feed, and they were having a 40% off sale. Also final sale. Alarms went off. There was a blazer that was super cute in English countryside, which I love. And by the way, if you want more trends that are hiding in your closet, make sure to check out this video. But I tried on this blazer and it was very discounted. In my mind, I'm like, it's French, it's trendy, it's super on sale, I love it. And then I thought, what's gonna happen when I bring it home? And then there's these days where I'm wearing this kind of outfit where I have my little riding pants and I have my riding boots and my sweater, and then how am I gonna pick which blazer to wear? It looks identical. I'll pop it up here on the screen. You have to stop yourself. You're just wasting money, space, all the things. So just delete it from your cart. Speaking of always talking about this jacket, if you really love the look of this and want a less expensive version, J.Crew has a beautiful one that is the same kind of herringbone wool that is a fraction of the price. My husband has the men's version that is so beautifully made. It doesn't ask much of the quality of the Ralph Lauren one, more of like a luxury item. For something like this, check it out. And then on that note, so this is a jacket that I talk about very frequently. I talk about my classic vintage watches a lot. And I think that if you've watched my channel, you kind of see some patterns of things that I always talk about. This is the next thing that you should leave in your cart, is something that your favorite influencer told you was like a must-have item, but yet you've never heard them talk about it before. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get it. You should absolutely proceed with caution though, because what you'll notice is maybe check back in like a week or two, a couple months later, and you'll see that they never wore the item again, or they never talked about the item again. And now this is very hard to do because sometimes we get so much stuff that like it's hard to give everything like it's spotlight in the sun, right? We talked about this a little bit on the luxury video that I'll link below. It's when we see Louis Vuitton send the new upside down Neverfulls to basically everybody except me, everybody, right? And so they're all telling you, oh, this is so cool, I love it. And then you go back and you realize that like people that got the bag never really wore the bag. And here you are stuck with a $2,000 bag that the person that made a big deal about it isn't really wearing. So just thinking for yourself. Now, if you really love the item, of course, like you're like, can't live without your Neverfull, and that makes perfect sense for you, and that's just like the cherry on top that your favorite influencer is talking about it, then go for it. Speaking of luxury sales, every now and again, you'll find that brands like Essence, Farfetch, even Burberry on their own website will have like a sale, right? And that is amazing because it's like, or Kate is a good one too. So this is a great time to get a luxury item if you're into that. Be careful that you get something that is not like flashy or that will just be stamped in time. And this is something that I kind of realized when I was building a little collage for Burberry, because they are having an amazing sale right now. And I've always wanted a Burberry trench. I don't have one, but they do have the trench on sale, and they also have a lot of other kind of flashier Burberry things. Also like a belt that I've shown you here before that looks identical to the Free People one that is actually a bestseller. And now their belt that used to be like $400 is very affordable. And I took my own advice and I thought, even though it's on sale and it's Burberry and I love this type of equestrian style, I'm not gonna be able to decide, do I wear my Free People belt or do I wear the Burberry belt, you know? So I did take my own advice, which was very hard. I wanted to get it again. Same thing goes with riding boots, because I already have a lot of beautiful riding boots. I guess you wanna think about, okay, what is a classic forever designer piece that will be timeless and won't feel very like on sale for holiday 2024, right? If you have something that's very flashy, very loud Burberry, I mean, I don't know. If I have a little Burberry bucket hat, I hardly ever wear it because I feel it's so loud, even though I like it, like I just think it's so loud. So just thinking about longevity, even if it is on sale and even if it is luxury, related to that is you wanted it forever. Okay, so you wanted it forever and now it's on sale. Literally, you wanted it all year. Before you just blindly put it in your cart and check out, you have to ask yourself, do I still want this piece? It's kind of like when you were in high school and somebody like took way too long to ask you out, and then by the time they did, you were like, you got the ick. You were like, oh no, like I've moved on. Thank you. So it's the same thing. Do you have the ick now with the item? Or do you still really covet this piece, right? Actually, just happened to me with Burberry, right? Like they have that beautiful coat that is not the traditional trench waisted coat, but more of like they call it like a car coat that's a little oversized. It looks so chic. I've wanted that coat for so long. It's like half off, okay? Do I really want this coat still after all this time? Or is it just something that I'm having a knee-jerk reaction to? Likewise, sometimes when those sales happen, you'll find that they don't have your exact size. So you think to yourself, you know what? I can make it work. I can make it work. I can gain weight. I can lose weight. I'll do anything just to make it work. Don't do that. Leave it in the cart, walk away. Something better will come along. I promise you. It's not worth having it sit in your closet with a tag on for another 2 years until you are faced with the hard question of like, should I give thrift or donate, right? I mean, don't do that to yourself. Save yourself time and money. And speaking of getting a lot of things, I want to show you a few things that will make great gifts. This is a pair of suede boots by Inez, one of my absolute favorite brands. I have a 15% off discount code, which is Ziba 15 off, site-wide. If you love heels, they're extremely comfortable heels. They'll really serve you. You will wear them so much, you'll get your money's worth. Suede has been very trendy all year, and I didn't have anything like this in my closet. This is such a great length of boot to wear underneath pants because they don't compete with the hemline. The other thing that I got in the mail was this retrospect book by Merit, coffee table book that makes a great gift. Merit is all about clean beauty. They also sent me their new retrospect fragrance. It's made in Paris. It's clean fragrance. A lot of perfumes are made with just things that are not good for us, like phthalate and other chemicals that disrupt our hormones, and that's the last thing we need, especially if you're like me and you're in your 40s and just are already struggling with hormone regulation. And by the way, if you have a mom friend in your life that's going through perimenopause or menopause, this might be a really great gift idea. I've given this book to some of my best friends on their birthdays because we're all in it together, and it has been very helpful. Ask the right questions and get on the right supplements, etc. The lipstick that I'm wearing is this Power lipstick by Merit as well. That is just a really beautiful red. I love red lipstick year round, but especially right now. Also this Cheeky Balm in a Prey, which kind of makes you look like you just got off the ski mountain. Very deep berry that is a beautiful color. The other great gift are these totes by Quilted Koala. I have a 20% off discount code, and they're just really great, what I call traveler and mom bags, because you can throw so much in there. So customize them with like your initials or words that you want to say. They have these little makeup bags that are really cute, and I love these kinds of bags because you can just kind of throw them in there, right? Not have all of your essentials lost, like your makeup and wallet and stuff. And then this is also, I just saw Wicked, by the way. It was incredible. It was so good. I cried, I laughed. Then I get this color and I'm like, oh, it's very, very on brand. Also comes in neutrals. Very beautiful velvet bag that is another great travel tote. The next thing to leave in your cart is the fancy version versus the everyday version. What I have found is that most of the time, if I opt for the party version of something or the very like ornate versus like the everyday, I won't get the ROI on it. And I'm all about ROI dressing. Madewell has a big sale going on right now, 40% off. And they have this bag here that I've worn a ton. It's one of my favorites. It looks like the Rose Margot bag that is super trendy. It's literally like 10% of the price. Now it's 40% off. And so are other bags there that are similar price point. They have also really beautiful velvet, burgundy one, suede, like just a lot of very right now pieces. So when you are faced with this decision of, do I get that velvet burgundy one or this everyday one? Pick the everyday one because you will be so much happier with yourself versus just having this holiday one you only got to wear probably for December, because then once January comes around, everybody sobers up from the red and the green and it's like, stop. Related to that is the last one is this whole thing of like throwing everything in your cart, checking out, because you're what we talked about in the beginning, momentum. It's kind of like, what the hell thinking? You're buying for, you're buying for teachers, you're buying for your in-laws, for your kids' friends, for your mom friends, for your mom, for your dad, like everybody. So you're like, whatever, like might as well money's already going, like might as well just throw everything in. Just taking a step back and thinking to yourself, do I really need all the versions, or do I maybe just need to make a smarter choice and get something that I'm gonna wear a lot of? Everyday outfits are a real problem, and we usually shop for our fantasy self. So if you're looking for more everyday outfits that are super cozy and will help you look expensive, check out this video. I'll see you there. And if you learned something today, make sure to hit the subscribe button.